Aloha and welcome to the Murph's Place 808 for the Love of Golf podcast. I am your host, Murph. I hope everybody's had a good week out there. It's been pretty good here in Hawaii. It's getting starting to get a little bit cooler. I noticed the other night when I left work in the Jeep, it was a little chilly. And a funny thing is when my son and his buddy was out here a couple of weeks ago, there was a couple times we left the house and they were like, "Oh, we got to grab our hoodies." And I'm like, "Oh, what? Well, you guys are getting a little chilly at night when we're riding in the Jeep." So I know when I would call back home and talk to my son here in the wintertime here, and I'd tell him, "Oh, man, it was cold last night riding home." And he would give me a bunch of grief about it, and he'd be like, What was the temperature? I was like, "Man, it was like 69, 68, 70. And he would be like, "Shut up. It's like freezing cold here in Ohio." But he got a little bit of taste of it when he was here a couple of weeks ago, and they both wanted to wear hoodies at night when we were riding around in a Jeep. So that was a little. I told him, and I just told him, I said, "Hey, so now you know when I call you in the wintertime and I tell you it's a little chilly, you know what I mean, since you've been grabbing your hoodies when you guys go out at night." So, but it's been good. We had a good visit while they were here. We had a VGA tournament this past weekend on Saturday. We played at the Mililani Golf Course, and I played pretty well. I shot 2 over, 74, ended up winning my flight, and that was my second win in a row. I won the week before also. This coming week is Waikele, so hoping to have a three-peat this weekend. We'll see. My game is starting to come around a little bit, but it's surprisingly, in the VGA tournaments, we have to play the A-flight plays from the blue tees. And I've been playing good from the blue tees. I think the week before that I shot 75 at Pearl Country Club. But playing like we play Beach Boys, playing from the whites, I don't score as well. So I told those guys playing today that I think I'm going to start playing from the blues on Beach Boys. I seem to play better. But anyhow, so next VGA tournament is at Waikele. Also, like I said, I've said this in the past, if you guys are looking to join a competitive tour, and not only for playing competition, but also just for the camaraderie, if you are a active duty military or prior military, retired military, if you're a family member of somebody that was in the military, and you want to play some golf, look up the VGA website and join the tour and come out and play with us. A bunch of good guys. We also, I'm not part of the VGA tour itself, but on a side game, I'll run skins and closest to the pin. So you have a chance to win some money also if you come out and play. The Fia Sunday. We had Fia on Sunday. Joe P. I know I told you guys I'd find out about the belt when it was in limbo, being in the cart barn. I found out that the reason it was in the cart barn was Joe P. had played a tournament and was going to miss Fia that Sunday. So he turned the belt in for those guys to play to win it, but I don't believe anybody ended up playing. So he retained the belt. We played Fia on Sunday. Again, not a good round for me. I started out on the front nine. I was doing pretty good and got to the last hole and hit one. Well, not only on the front nine, or not on that hole, on the last hole, but I also had a couple penalty shots. Hit one OB on 6. And so had a bad hole on 7. And so it was not good. I ended up like shooting 43. On the back was a little bit better, shot 37, but that wasn't enough to catch Joe P. Joe P was playing good. He missed a birdie on 18 to shoot 69, so he ended up shooting 70 and retained the belt. So congrats to Joe P. He still has the belt. And I didn't do well in the Murph game either. Ended up paying out on that also. Today, we had Beach Boys golf. Beach Boys, today we played at Royal Kania, and course was in so-so shape. The greens were not all that great. They weren't horrible, but they just weren't, I don't know, they weren't up to the standards that they normally are kept at. And I don't know, I know that's part of that is people not repairing their ball marks on the green. Listen, people, you got to take care of the course because it affects everybody that plays it, right? I mean, if you leave ball marks on the green and you don't repair them, then somebody else has got to repair it. Or if you don't repair them correctly, then they leave a dead spot. The grass dies. You should never put your tool in and raise up on the turf because that rips the roots of the grass. Put your divot tool on this all the way around on the edges of the ball mark and push inward towards the center and then tap it down. That way the grass will heal quick, or the grass will heal correctly, and it will not leave a dead patch where the grass was ripped up by the roots. But anyhow, I noticed that there was a lot of that going on. The holes, it looked like somebody was, I don't know, damaging a lot of the holes were damaged. As far as some people will put their club down in there when they putt and their ball goes in the hole, they'll put their club in there and pop it up like to lift it out, and sometimes that they hit the edges of the cup. I don't know if that happened or if people putting the flag stick in, hit the edge of the cup, and so they just weren't, the greens were not that great today. I'm not blaming that on my play, obviously. Everybody else had the same conditions to play in, but I played very crappily today. I shot 81, and Shep ended up winning the money belt. He edged out Dan. Dan came in second place, I think, and ends up with the money belt. So congrats to Shep. Enjoy it while you can. It's funny. It was Troy has won the belt the last couple of weeks, so he will send out text messages to all the other three of us and basically just talking a bunch of crap. And so it was funny today that he was like, "Oh, don't let me three-peat. Don't let me three-peat." And so Shep took the belt from him. So congrats to Shep. Next week, Beach Boys, we have a turkey shoot each year. And normally when somebody does a turkey shoot, whoever wins ends up getting a turkey, but we don't do the turkey. We just add extra money into the pots so that you win more money than what you normally would through the regular game. The 2-day turkey shoot, we play Monday at Hawakale. Thanks to Troy for lining up those tee times for us. And then Tuesday, we're going to play Koalina. And thanks to Tommy for lining up those tee times for Koalina. So next week's the turkey shoot. Monday, Hawakale, Tuesday at Koalina. Again, if you guys are interested in playing golf on Mondays, you may be retired or you're off on Mondays and you want to come out and play golf, we got a good group of guys that play and girls that play on Monday. And if you're interested, just go to beachboysgolfclub.org. It's our website. There's a place you can contact us and get signed up and come out and play with us. It's I think it's $60 to join for the year. And then each week, the only thing you have to pay for sure is $25. So it covers your club greenies and low nets, front, back, overall. And then there's extra games that you can get into. There's Tommy's greenies, there's chippies, there's skins, and there's the long and short par 3. So those are kind of extra. You don't have to get into those and play them, but if you want a chance to try to win some more money, you can get into those and play those also. So if you're interested, like I said, just go to beachboysgolfclub.org, and there's a button there you can contact us and shoot us an email, and somebody will get back in contact. Either myself or Steve will get back in contact with you to let you know the details. All right, let's take a short break, and we'll be right back. Hey, guys, I got to tell you, if you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me tell you how. It's free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. Not only that, but Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many other sites. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. That's ANCHOR.FM. All right, welcome back, everybody. PGA news. This past weekend was the Worldwide Technology Championship at Mayakoba in Mexico. And in that tournament, Victor Hovland was your defending champion from last year, and he was able to defend his title this year for his third win on tour. Victor ended up winning. He shot 23 under to win by 4 shots over Carlos Ortiz. It's funny because Ortiz has now finished second 3 times. This is his third runner-up result in the last 3 years at Mayakoba. So congrats to Carlos Ortiz. The next tournament we got coming up, congrats to Victor Hovland. And I've said this in the past about this guy. I think he's one of the better players on tour. He's going to win a lot of tournaments. And he just needs, his biggest problem is, and he's even admitted this. He's even said this is his problem, is his short game, chipping. His chipping is not where he wants it to be. And that's where you score, obviously. And I've said that in the past. If you want to score, work on chipping and putting. Those are the 2 things that shave the most strokes off your game. So he's even said that's his downfall, is his chipping. And so congrats to Victor on his defense of his title. The next tournament coming up is the Hewlett-Packard Enterprise Houston Open, and that's going to be played at Memorial Park in Houston. Actually, Carlos Ortiz is the defending champion in that tournament. So he had a good second place finish. He's kind of hot right now, so hopefully he continues that, and he's able to defend his title at the Hewlett-Packard Enterprise Open. The power rankings for that tournament, they're saying listed number 1 is Sam Burns. Number 2 is Scotty Scheffler. And number 3 is Matthew Wolff. Any one of those guys. Sam, I think, won a few weeks ago, not too long ago. Scotty's got game, and Matthew Wolff has got game. If you guys don't know who Matthew Wolff is, he is the guy that has that very not unorthodox swing, but kind of like pre-shot little. He kind of presses forward with his hips. It's kind of weird how he does it, but kind of reminds you of somebody like Jim Furyk with his loopy kind of swing. But anyhow, any one of those 3 guys has a chance to win that tournament. So good luck for those guys, and good luck for Carlos Ortiz in defending his championship. Also this past weekend, Sunday, was the final day of Q School for the Korn Ferry Tour. Now, obviously, that's our Brent Grant watch, and now Jared Sawada watch, since Jared has tried to make it on that tour also. But in Q School, the final stage, Zach Fisher ended up winning. He shot for a total under 14 under and won the final stage of Q School. Their schedule doesn't start until January 16th through the 19th. They're going to be playing in the Bahamas. The first 2 tournaments that week and the following weekend they're both in the Bahamas. So that makes for a nice little getaway. You go to the Bahamas and play, and then just hang out for that week. You're right there for the next tournament. So as far as Q School goes, the top 10 finishers at Q School are guaranteed 12 starts for the next season on the Korn Ferry Tour. So those guys that finish in the top 10 will all be guaranteed 12 starts. The guys that finish from 11th through 39th place, they're all guaranteed 8 starts. Now, I did see that Jared ended up, so let's back up. Brent, I don't believe Brent had to go through Q School because he finished so high last year. And so I don't believe he had to go through Q School. But Jared did, because Jared's first season, well, he didn't even play a full season, I don't believe. He did play a tournament or 2 towards the end of the season, but Jared had to go through Q School, and he ended up finishing tied for 105th. Now, I don't know if I don't believe there's any guaranteed starts. I believe he's going to have to probably go and Monday qualify to get into the tournaments, or if he gets a sponsor exemption to play in it. But he didn't play terrible. I believe he shot 73, 74, 72, 69, I think. He didn't play terrible. He just, those guys are good. All those guys are good. Jared's good. Brent's good. It's just, even Al Zimmerman, a friend of mine who played on the, it wasn't the Corn Ferry Tour then, it was the Nationwide Tour. Even he, was good. These guys, they're all good. They all can play, but there's a lot of guys that can play. So anyhow, good luck to those guys. And hopefully, like I said, I've said it for quite some time, and I just got to try to get it done, and that's try to get Brent on the show and talk to him before the season starts. I'd like to see where he's at, how he's feeling. He's posted a couple of things that tends to make me believe he's doing good right now. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. But anyhow, let's take another short break, and we'll be right back. If you haven't heard the new C Money Baby album yet, you're missing the best thing to come out of Ohio since Jim Tressel. Smart Boy, Dumb Decisions is a look into the life of C Money Baby, lately filled with loss, pain, struggle, and danger. The Gym City rapper gives you high-energy bangers and deep, introspective slow jams. To check out the album, just search up C Money Baby. Don't forget the baby on your favorite streaming platform, or visit www.smartboystudios.com. Also, don't forget, Corey Gossett is dropping a song every single week this year. Stay up to date by following him on Spotify or Apple Music by searching Corey Gossett, or look him up on Instagram or Twitter under @KidWhoCameBack. Head to www.smartboystudios.com to stay up to date on new music, new videos, and any upcoming events. If you'd like to support Smart Boy Studios and their artists, head to threads.smartboystudios.com and check out the merch. They have hats, hoodies, shirts, and more. All right, welcome back, everybody. So it's going to be an interesting season. I'm looking forward to the Corn Ferry Tour season, and I think it's not this coming year, but maybe the following year. The purses are going to increase. Those guys are going to be making more money, which they should. I mean, they've got game just as well as the guys on the PGA Tour. I understand it's not as illustrious as the PGA Tour, but those guys still have the same kind of game. I mean, it's obvious some of the guys from the PGA Tour that they don't keep their money cards end up on the Corn Ferry Tour. So I think their purses should be increased. They should be getting more money for the kind of golf that they're playing. So I'm looking forward to the season, and I hope I haven't seen any TV schedule or anything like that, but I hope they start broadcasting more of the Corn Ferry Tour also. I know you got to do the PGA. That's the number one tour, but I would like to see those up and coming guys. And it also helps you, like when those guys do make it to the PGA Tour, the top 25 money winners on the Corn Ferry Tour get their PGA card for the following year. So it'd be kind of interesting to be able to see those guys before they get to the PGA Tour and see the style of golf, the type of golf that they play. So good luck to those guys. Good luck to Brent Grant and Jared Sawada. We're rooting for both of you guys, and we'll keep the watch on for you guys. If you guys have any questions, if you guys have any topics you want me to discuss, please shoot me an email at merceplace808@gmail.com, and we'll get those taken care of. I want to thank you guys for supporting the podcast and tuning in and listening. I really appreciate it. If you would like to become a sponsor of the podcast, there's a link there to do that, and I appreciate everybody that does. Check out, I've also put the podcast on YouTube. If you want to check that out, you can go there. It's not video, obviously. Eventually, hopefully, I'll get to that point. But as of right now, it's just strictly audio. And like I said, just thank everybody for tuning in and listening. I appreciate your guys' support, and I appreciate your time. I hope everybody has a great week out there. And if you're playing golf, hit them straight, hit them long, but don't hit them often. Aloha, everybody.